Welcome to the Raven Space YouTube. My name is Jason, and this is Raven Space Daily, where we talk about the Baltimore Ravens every single day. This is our last show of the week, so thank you guys for joining us. Please subscribe, and we'll hop right in. So the first story of the day is an article from ESPN, which talks about the Baltimore Ravens' biggest draft bust. And so, guys, for you guys, a draft bust is a player who comes in, has high expectations, and plays terribly. So, I'm trying to talk so you guys can think who you think it might be. And the answer was Matt Elam. As you guys know, Matt Elam was a safety projected in the first round. He was said to be an aggressive player, to be able to play inside and outside the box. And he was supposed to be Ed Reed's heir apparent, right? He was going to be the guy who replaced Ed Reed, and it did not turn out that way. In his first rookie season, we saw his flaws. He was not good in his ability to, contain deep routes in the zone. But because it was his rookie season, people thought that he would grow and get over it. But that never happened. So what really happened is that he stayed the same player. Then he started developing injury issues. And when you develop injury issues and when you're on the field, you're not good, it's not a recipe for success. So I'm going to read the quote that the article has. And the article says, Elam came to the Ravens with expectations he would help fill the void left by Ed Reed's departure. He left with one career interception and 2 stints on injured reserve. Elam started 26 games before being benched midway through his second season. He struggled to cover receivers deep and make tackles. Of all 21 players selected in the first round by the Ravens, no one disappointed quite like Elam. And so, again, Elam was supposed to be a great player. He just had a lot of issues, injury issues, his ability to play issues. Even, I remember his second season, the Ravens were playing, and he was not doing well on defense, and he lit up a touchdown. And then the next quarter, he was the reason why a special teams touchdown was lit up, because he came too far inside. And it's just like Matt was never able to get the concepts down and different things like that. Again, he was a talented rookie. He had the physical skills, but he wasn't able to make plays at the NFL level. So the Ravens just, let his contract expire this year. And so, again, he won't be back. And then he also has drug issues, which I don't want to get into. I want to talk just about the football. But, again, Matt Elam was disappointing. In second place, however, was quarterback Kyle Boller. And this one brings me back now. You guys who don't remember Kyle Boller, he was a quarterback for the Ravens, was a player who never looked like he had the talent to move a team. We had a couple of good years with him, but it wasn't because of him. It was because of how good our defense was. Kyle came, short stint, and was replaced very quickly. And so, again, the article saying that no one disappointed quite like Elam of all the players selected in the first round by the Ravens is not true. That goes to the team's second player drafted in the first round in 2003, Kyle Boller. So, again, Kyle Boller didn't win because he wasn't the first pick. For the Ravens, Elam was, and that's how they were doing it. Who was the first pick and how big of a bust factor they were. Kyle was the second pick, so he didn't make the list. But again, as you see, Matt Elam, Kyle Boller, the most disappointing Ravens players per ESPN. You guys let me know who your most disappointing Ravens player was. I have to tell you guys, the most disappointing Ravens player for me was Arthur Brown. I thought Arthur Brown was going to come out and fill that gap that we needed. I thought he was young, and I'm not a big college football savant, but I thought he was able to make plays and different things like that. But he disappointed me. He never even was able to get a firm spot in a starting role. And as a pick, you have to do stuff like that. So that's my most disappointing player. Let me know who your most disappointing player is. The next story of the day is about Lardarius Webb and how he came back to the Ravens, and we're going to find out how much money he lost in his pay cut. And so, as you guys know, he was released because of Tony Jefferson coming on. He came back. The Ravens, of course, gave him a lower number, changed his salary, and we're going to find out exactly how much. And the numbers are very revealing, and it tells you what Lardarius Webb's role is. He's a backup. He is not going to be playing in big spots, and his money says that. So we'll go and I'll show you guys how much. So his cap number overall went from 7.5 million to 1.3 million. And, that's the cap number, how much cap space he takes. But the actual money about how much he made is kind of shocking. So he's going to get a first year payout of 2.1 million, a 1.2 million signing bonus with 900,000 in base salary. And last year he had $5.5 million in base salary. So he's going to go from 5.5 plus bonuses to 900,000 plus bonuses, which is, a crazy pay cut. And it shows you that the Ravens were ready to move on without him. And he wanted to be a Raven, and the Ravens wanted him to be a Raven. So they worked something out. But basically, Lardarius Webb took a $3.4 million pay cut to return to the Ravens. Let me know if you think it's fair, if the Ravens made a smart move. I know it's business, and business isn't really fair. But it's tough to see a player who I really thought played very well last season. And I'm not the only one. Pro Football Focus had him rated the 15th best safety in the league. So, he was a top half safety. Oh, and also the best safety in the league per them was Eric Weddle. So, he was better than so many other safeties. And he still, they still cut him, and now he's making $3.4 million less than he was. So it's a harsh world out here. Again, let me know how you guys feel about this. And the last story of the day is an insider article. And so, again, insider article is a ESPN thing that you guys can access unless you buy it. Again, I bought it for you guys. They don't sponsor me. I wish they would, but they don't. But I want you guys to know the information. So the insider team did the NFL's prospect. Who should each team chase? Who should each team, try to get, to fill their team? And for the Baltimore Ravens, their day one pick is Darius McKinley, defensive end, UCLA. I disagree. And again, people know the Ravens. They know we love defense. We know that we want to have the best defense we can have. But you can't have a great defense and have a terrible offense. You just can't do it. And maybe our problems don't stem from a receiver, or our problems, don't stem from an offensive lineman. Maybe they know more than I do. But again, you can't play the way we played. Throw the ball 40 times a game and only get 13 points and think you can win the football game, right? It's just, if you're going to throw the ball that much, you need to get points, or you're going to need to run the ball, run the time, and keep the game score low. So we have to make some play on offense and get in a pass rusher where we have pass rushers from last year's draft. When we have Matt Judon and Correa, it's just, sooner or later, you gotta commit to the offense, and it has to be this year. If it's not this year, I don't know if John Harbaugh survives another season not making the playoffs. So, and then for day two, they finally got us taking the receiver, Tyon Taylor, Western Kentucky. Tyon is a good player. Again, he can run routes, but there's a one route runner in the draft who's great that you can use, and might be there at that first pick. So, let's try to get him, right? If you want a route runner receiver, let's get that guy. Again, we know Corey Davis is the best route runner. I don't want to spend too much time on him because I talk about him all the time because he's one of the people the Ravens want to draft. But there's better options. And then day three is Will Holden, and I've been hearing a lot about Will Holden. Again, day three guys aren't going to start for you, but adds depth at that tackle position, which is much needed right now. So, and let me know how you feel about how the Ravens use their day one picks. If you think they should get a DN, try to explain it to me in the comments. I just can't see how you can keep on pumping money and picks and time into defense and ignoring the offense and think you can have a chance to win a Super Bowl. So, and that's the last topic of the day. Thank you guys so much. This is the last show of the week. We'll be back next week with more Baltimore Ravens news. However, we have all other videos too that we'll be uploading throughout the weekend. So thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please subscribe and never miss any Baltimore Ravens news. And never miss any of our other videos like fan talks and highlight videos.